I'm going to say this again because it bears repeating. Emotional control is power. So take this as a reminder that the storm you're feeling inside right now doesn't have to control you. In fact, you can use that storm to make you stronger. You see, there's a difference between being strong and being emotional. Being emotional is a weakness. And no, I don't mean that you shouldn't have emotions. I mean that you should feel your feelings. Feel the anger, feel the fear, feel the pain or the doubt. It's okay to feel these things. They're human. We all feel them. Where the weakness comes is in what you do with those feelings, what you do when you feel them. Because here's what you need to know. The strongest people don't suppress their emotions. They don't pretend they don't exist. They face them head on and they own them. Then they decide how to react. And that's where the power is. The power is in the reaction. It's not what happens to you. It's not what people say or do. It's how you respond that makes all the difference. Here are some things you must remember when you're struggling to control your emotions. Number 1, emotions are natural. Reactions are optional. You can feel anger, fear, pain, or doubt. But strength is in what you choose to do with those feelings. Now you have 2 options. 1, you can let those feelings control you, or 2, you can be in control of them. Which one would make you more powerful? Because here's the reality. When you're out of control of your emotions, you're at the mercy of your circumstances. But when you learn to control your emotions, then you become the master of your destiny. That's why controlling your emotions is so important. 2, power is not the absence of emotion. It's the discipline to master it. Here's something that you might not want to hear, but it's time to accept the truth. The strongest people in the world aren't robots. They're humans just like you and me. They feel the same emotions. They get angry, they get scared, they experience doubt. But the difference is that they don't let their emotions control them. Instead, they control their emotions. That's the difference between being weak and being strong. And it's not about avoiding emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about learning how to use them to your advantage. It's about turning your weaknesses into strengths. Remember that your emotions are just that, yours. No one else can feel them for you. So don't let anyone tell you that you shouldn't feel a certain way. Don't let anyone tell you that your feelings are wrong. Your feelings are valid. They're real. They matter. And if you try to ignore them or push them away, they'll only come back stronger. Instead, embrace them. Feel them. Let them flow through you. And then decide how to react. That's where the power is. 3. Your reaction is your responsibility. You can't control what happens. You can't control what others say or do. But your response? That's yours, always, you see? There's a big misconception out there that if you're strong, you won't feel anything. That strong people are emotionless robots. But that's not true. Strong people feel everything deeply. They laugh, they cry, they get angry, they get scared. But what sets them apart is that they don't let their emotions control them. They don't let their feelings dictate their actions. Instead, they take responsibility for their reactions. They know that it's up to them to decide how to respond. And that's what makes them strong. Because when you're in control of your reactions, you're in control of your life. You're not at the mercy of your circumstances or the people around you. You're not a victim. You're a survivor. And that's a superpower. Number 4, stillness is strength. You don't need to explode to prove you're passionate. Here's a little secret that not everyone knows. The strongest people aren't always the loudest. In fact, sometimes the quietest people are the most powerful of all. It's not about how much noise you make. It's about what you do. You see, when you're in the zone, when you're focused and in control, there's a stillness inside you. A calmness that's hard to describe. It's like a force field around you, protecting you from the chaos of the outside world. And that's where the power lies. It's in the stillness. It's in the quiet. It's in the moments when you're not reacting, when you're not defending, when you're not trying to prove yourself to anyone. That's when you're at your strongest. That's when you're most dangerous, because that's when you're in control, and the world doesn't know what to do with you. 5. Emotional control is rare. Most people let their emotions drive them. Only a few learn to drive their emotions. The path to mastery begins with self-awareness. You have to know your triggers, your limits, your breaking points. This isn't about avoiding emotions. It's about understanding them, embracing them, and deciding how to react. It's about turning your weaknesses into strengths, your pain into power, your fear into focus, your anger into discipline. Emotional control isn't the absence of feeling. It's the presence of choice. The most dangerous people in the world aren't the ones who can't control their emotions. They're the ones who can. It's the people who can feel their emotions, who can tap into them, who can use them as fuel that become unstoppable. So if you're struggling to control your emotions, don't give up. Keep practicing. Keep pushing yourself, because the world needs you to be strong. It needs you to be in control. It needs you to be powerful. And number 6, you're not meant to avoid emotion. You're meant to direct it. Life is full of emotions, joy and sorrow, love and hate, success and failure. We can't avoid them, but we can choose how to react. And that's where the power lies. How we choose to respond to the ups and downs of life. Pain often leads to growth. Disappointment can fuel determination. Failure is the stepping stone to success. Every emotion has the potential to be a catalyst for change, a source of strength. When we learn to embrace our emotions and direct them, we become more resilient, more adaptable, and ultimately more powerful. Our ability to feel deeply also gives us the ability to love deeply, to connect with others on a profound level, and to create something beautiful out of the raw materials of our experiences. So instead of trying to avoid or suppress our emotions, we should learn to welcome them, to explore them, and to use them as tools to create the life we want. It is in our pain and our struggles that we find the strength and wisdom that make us truly human. It's in our vulnerability that we discover our power. And finally, number 7, the more control you have over your emotions, the less control the world has over you. We live in a world that's constantly trying to control us. From the moment we're born, we're bombarded with messages telling us what to think, what to say, and how to feel. But when we learn to control our emotions, we become less susceptible to these outside influences. We develop the ability to think for ourselves, to make our own decisions, and to live our own lives on our own terms. Emotional control is a form of freedom. It allows us to break free from the chains that bind us and to forge our own path in life. When we're in control of our emotions, we're not at the mercy of our circumstances or the people around us. We can navigate through the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience. We can face challenges head-on and overcome obstacles that would defeat those who lack emotional control. It's not about suppressing our emotions or becoming robots without feelings. It's about developing the strength and discipline to choose how we react to the world around us. When we learn to do this, we become truly free. We become masters of our own destiny. We become dangerous. You see, the world is a chaotic place. There will always be things that happen that are beyond our control. But that doesn't mean we have to be powerless. We can choose to be in control of ourselves. We can choose to be the masters of our own emotions. And when we do, we become truly powerful. We become dangerous. And that's what it means to be strong. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe for more. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.